or on the sun-drenched island of Crete, where the sea whispers secrets to the shore, lived a young boy named Theo. His summers were painted with the silver green of olive groves and the rich, golden scent of freshly pressed oil. Theo's grandfather, Yanis, was a master of the craft. His hands, gnarled and wise like the ancient olive trees themselves, knew just when the fruit was ready. Patience. Theo, Yanis would say, his voice warm like the summer breeze. The olive gives its best to those who wait and listen. Theo loved helping in the grove. He'd spent his days running between the rows of trees, his laughter mingling with the buzz of cicadas, whose favorite job was polishing the giant millstones, making them gleam under the Grecian sun. He imagined they were ancient shields of heroes, waiting for the call to adventure. This year, however, the sun was not just warm, it was relentless. A fierce heat wave settled over the island, baking the earth and turning the vibrant green leaves a dusty, tired grey torlos. The olives, usually plump and full of promise, began to shrivel on the branches. The well, their lifeline, grew shallower with each passing day. Worry etched new lines onto Yanis's face. He'd stand at the edge of the grove, his shoulders slumped, looking up at the cloudless, unforgiving sky. Without rain, he sighed, his voice heavy. There will be no oil. The trees are too thirsty to give us their gold. Theo's heart ached to see his grandfather so disheartened. He refused to believe their beloved trees would fail. He remembered his grandfather's words, "Creativity can solve what strength cannot." His mind started to race, searching for an idea, a spark of hope. One afternoon, while tidying the storeroom, he stumbled upon a box of small, forgotten mirrors. His mother had used them for a festival decoration years ago. As he picked one up, a sunbeam caught its surface, casting a dazzling spot of light that danced on the stone wall. An idea, as bright and sudden as the reflection itself, flashed in Theo's mind. He gathered all the mirrors and rushed to the well. He remembered an old island legend about how shimmering light on water could call the spirits of the sky, the clouds. It was just a story, but it was all he had. Carefully, he positioned the mirrors around the edge of the well, angling each one to catch the intense sunlight and reflect it down onto the water's surface. At first, nothing happened. But as he adjusted the final mirror, a magical transformation took place. The dark, still water below erupted into a kaleidoscope of sparkling, dancing light. Thousands of tiny suns seemed to glitter and shimmer in the depths, turning the simple well into a mesmerizing vortex of brilliance. It was breathtaking. Theo sat and watched, filled with a sense of wonder. He didn't know if it would work, but he felt a flicker of hope. He wasn't just waiting anymore, he was taking action. As the afternoon wore on, a peculiar thing started to happen. A small, fluffy white cloud appeared in the vast blue expanse, seeming to drift directly toward their grove. Then another joined it, and another, they were drawn, as if by an invisible thread, to the shimmering spectacle in the well. The sky, once empty, began to fill with a procession of clouds. Yanis emerged from the house, his eyes wide with disbelief. He looked from the darkening sky to the sparkling well, and then to his grandson, whose face was lit with a triumphant smile. A cool breeze stirred the dusty leaves, carrying the scent of impending rain. Then, the first drop fell, landing on Theo's nose. It was followed by another and another, until a gentle, life-giving rain began to shower the thirsty grove. Theo and Yanis stood together in the downpour, their faces turned to the heavens, letting the cool water wash away their worries. The rain drummed a joyful rhythm on the leaves, a song of revival. The storm was a blessing. The olive trees drank deeply, their leaves regaining their silvery green luster, and the fruits swelled, becoming fat and juicy. The harvest was not just saved, It was one of the best they had ever had. The oil they pressed was a vibrant, liquid gold, rich with the flavor of sunshine, rain, and a little bit of magic. As they bottled the last of the precious liquid, Yanis placed a hand on Theo's shoulder. "You see, my boy," he said, his eyes twinkling brighter than any mirror. "You didn't just save our harvest. You showed us that even in the harshest of times, a little bit of creative thinking can turn a problem into a blessing. You reflected the sun's power not to harm, but to heal." Theo smiled, his heart full. He understood now. Zed. The greatest treasures weren't just the golden oil, but the wisdom passed down and the love that helped ideas grow. Proving that even the smallest boy with a box of mirrors could help bring rain to a thirsty land.